we're going to go ahead and start tonight as we dive into Isle of Dread episode 2. Hey, we're consistent. We've actually played more than a one-shot. So we're diving back in. So quick recap of where we are so far. We've got all three of our characters together. First, Glendon and Magrunden had met at the lighthouse, which is south of Baldur's Gate. Through a storm, there was a ship that came up on shore. It wrecked. They went down there, fought some Sahuagin. They found the dead body of whoever was on the boat. And they found a magic scroll, and they also found an amulet. They brought all that back up and did some investigation to see what was actually on the enchanted scroll. And then the next morning, Finn, Wes's character, arrived and had was on a mission, a quest he was set on by a halfling in Baldur's Gate named Neville Tallfellow, someone who actually is in Glendon's background as well, and had sent Wes, or Finn's character, down to retrieve Glendon because Glendon's wanted for murder, and it's because he was protecting Neville Tallfellow. So Neville has sent Finn down to retrieve Glendon because he feels he owes him a favor. As he got to the lighthouse and found his target, Glendon, they were awaking from the night before, from the storm, and as they were talking in the tavern at the lighthouse, they also had some visitors come in, also looking for Glendon, and it was three members of the Flaming Fist, and they were also there to collect the bounty for Glendon. Chaos ensued. A big battle broke out in the tavern, and the leader of this little group of the Flaming Fist ended up being a wereboar, who then, through combat, gored our poor Magrunden, who has now contracted a minor case of lycanthropy, and they have...
Don't worry, it's minor.
It's minor.
Don't worry about it.
It was just the tip, right? So now they're heading up to Baldur's Gate for a couple of reasons. One, they've got to find a way to help Magrunden. And second, they are completing the errand that Finn was sent on to help Glendon find some safe passageway or something, since he is wanted for murder in Baldur's Gate. So that is where we're picking up. Now, we've traveled a day and a half. We've gone all the way up from the lighthouse. Y'all have traveled up to Baldur's Gate. That first night, we played a little offline where just minor stuff. Glendon actually went out and foraged into the woods, found some herbs, and was actually used that to craft a magical potion in camp. That is while everyone else is still resting and kind of recovering from the battle from the day before. Magrunden, you're fighting fever and fatigue as you're going through, battling and trying not to allow this wereboar lycanthropy to kind of take full control over you.
Do I feel that, like the actual changes in my body, or am I just sweaty and tired?
Sweaty and tired, and you're having a lot of hallucinations. Like, you keep finding yourself like you're fighting this other self, this primal self.
Is it ugly?
Bad pig.
Huh?
Hey there, young Dragonborn. Your body's changing, and this is a scary time.
It's okay.
Yeah, so you wake up the next morning, Magrunden, you had a horrible night's sleep. You were just in a feverish dream all night where you were fighting another version of yourself that had really taken form of this monster. So you feel like you've just been in combat all night, just mentally, just completely.
Oh, so I feel great.
Right. It
was a hell of a fight, but it was just a dream.
Y'all are taking the cart that Neville had given you guys, and y'all are traveling up. And now we're going to pick the game up where y'all have kind of gotten close to the coast, just south of Baldur's Gate. In fact, I can change the map now to kind of show where we are now. Oops, come on all the way over here. And there we go. All right. So y'all are coming across now. Before getting to Rivington, Finn had some ideas to how to kind of smuggle y'all through because Glendon is wanted, and this is where y'all are right here, where I'm just kind of hovering. So you're a good ways outside the city. Across here, you've got the occasional fishing hut, that type of thing. There's a lot of fishing that goes on the coast right on the side, but that's kind of where y'all are at now. It's kind of the hills where you're overseeing. You can see Baldur's Gate, you can see all the boats, and you can see the ocean. Now, this is a river that feeds directly into the ocean, and then you also, in the distance, you can see Duskhawk Hill, which is the hill that is on the other side, or adjacent to the city as well. So that is where we are picking up. Y'all are on the cart. You're kind of on this path heading towards Rivington, and that it's midday. So that is where we pick up. So Glendon, what are you doing as y'all are traveling to Baldur's Gate?
Now, how far away is this place from the actual city?
You can see it across the bay. You're basically you can see the city from here. So we're probably, what time is it?
It's
midday.
Okay, so we could probably just keep going. It's that close and get there.
You could get to Rivington by this afternoon.
Depending on what we do, I have that ability where I can disguise self, and I think it lasts an hour. So I got that in my back pocket. And
how far is it across?
Well, I have a scale here. Quarter mile.
So,
okay. Pretty close.
And we're where?
You are about here.
All right, so we can easily go down to the water and take a look across.
Not a problem at all. No.
Okay. I would suggest that we wait till nightfall and kind of head from where we're at over to that tumble down place and then go in through that gate there.
Okay.
Or go directly to the dock straight across where it says...
Are you going to try to swim across?
Something... Well, I was going to try to swim, find a boat, put them in the boat, and pull them across with me underwater, pulling the boat. Because I can swim.
Now, I will say, when you get close to the water is angry. There's been storms. There's been a lot of chop in the water, but it is...
She is a mighty beast.
It's uncharacteristically angry. It just seems something is up. For the storms have kind of rolled through, but the ocean is still, it's just churning. Like the waves are lapping up across the beach at a very uneven, unnatural pace.
Huh. I'm going to go down into the water, just... I'm going to go down into the water and swim down and see, just, I don't know, get a feel for it.
Okay. So Finn, our Triton friend,
and plus I haven't been in the water long.
Right. He, as y'all are kind of parked up on the side, you see him just walk right in and just dive right into the ocean. Immediately, you feel at home as your gills breathe in the clean sea. It's the preferred place where you are. Like, this is home for you. As you swim about and you look around, as you get a little bit past, you see schools of small fish and everything. But as far as you get, not 20 yards out into the water and where it actually gets some depth to it, one of the things that you notice is outside of the smaller fish that you saw on the shore, you're not seeing any other sea life in the actual river itself. I mean, it's a river, but it is fed from the ocean, so you should see larger, aquatic animals like kind of traveling to and fro and feeding and whatnot. It seems very odd.
Which way is the ocean, west or east?
It will be this direction here.
The
That would
west.
be west. Yeah.
So that's the way the river is flowing into the ocean, correct?
Yes,
Or is
correct.
it flowing from the ocean in?
Ocean in, so it's going west to east.
Okay. Do I feel as though I'm gonna continue across? I mean, because if it's a quarter of a mile, that's like no time to.
There's no time at all.
swim.
No, you can swim pretty quick.
Yeah.
You spend a few
Yeah.
moments swimming. You do have to put a lot of effort into it. It's not an easy swim. There's the tide is really just pulling out to the ocean. But you did not. Okay, I've got two people gone on camera. Y'all okay?
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay, good. Just making sure. So you're swimming out. You get to the docks without a problem. You even in the ocean, you can hear the knocking sound as the boats are being pushed and completely up against the docks itself. Even the larger galleons are being pushed, and you can hear that twisting of the wood as it's kind of like breaking up, not breaking, but it's like banging up against the docks.
This is very odd. So do I feel like we're gonna have to go across the crossing?
It'll be harder to pull the boat across than you had intended. You could definitely try, but sailing a boat across right now might be a little hard unless you found like a small skiff or something you could do.
Now,
So we don't know what's on the crossing at all, do we?
Worms Crossing, yeah. I mean, there's definitely a Flaming Fist checkpoint. There's also another faction that kind of works that area. The followers and paladins and the clerics of Helm, and that they hunt lichens for sport. So that was something else to think about.
Okay, so I'm gonna haul ass back to Glenn and Magrunden, and I've got an idea.
Okay. All right. So you swim across. Y'all are sitting up on the bank. Y'all are just kind of waiting for Finn to scout. As he comes back, it took a couple of hours, for you to go across. So now it's 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon when you come back out of the ocean after scouting out. So y'all are now back together.
So here's what I think. I think there's a couple of things going against us at the checkpoint. I think I could go to Neville if y'all stay here, or we could agree to a meet at a certain point. Maybe he's got a way to get you in, to smuggle you in, because surely he doesn't rely on just the crossing. Surely there's got to be another way of getting you into town. And as long as I know where you're at to find you, I can go get him, find out what he wants to do.
Yeah, normally it's boats.
So
there we go.
Is that a complete, does it block the river, or is it like?
No, it doesn't block. It's a bridge. So there's a lot of people actually fish under the bridge, but you know how a bridge is, how it'll have large gaps between where the boats can go under it.
Right. So do we think there's a large presence in Rivington, or is it on the crossing?
It's on the crossing.
So maybe we should get y'all to Rivington and go from there.
Okay.
I think that's a good idea. And Magrunden kind of steps away from the cart. When you come back, that's really the first time he's kind of been out of the cart the whole day. Kind of spent the early morning just laying down and groaning, and then was kind of sitting up in the cart for the rest of the ride. He says, normally I wouldn't be worried about that swim, but I don't know, that wound is not going well for me right now. I don't think I can make the swim.
Yes, you do not look good.
Yeah, I guess
Sorry,
I'm
my
pretty
friend.
beat up too, huh?
At
I
this,
don't know what is hit point.
at this
recovery like.
point,
It's
y'all
in the
have
5e.
healed.
I don't-
Y'all have it's
Laid on hands.
Yeah, between the healing of the lay on hands and also just the resting and medicine checks and stuff, y'all are healed. So hit point wise, you're fine. The problem is Magrunden is fighting a curse, and that's kind of just making his whole like demeanor fatigued.
Mm. All right.
So I think we should go into Rivington. What do y'all think?
I think that's a good idea at this point.
Okay.
Don't know what our options are otherwise.
All right, so y'all spend a couple of hours heading into Rivington. It's late in the afternoon. There's still enough daylight left as you come in. Are y'all waiting to do y'all want to wait till it's night to go into Rivington, or do y'all just want to go in late in the afternoon?
Dusk.
Towards dusk. Okay. So y'all kind of just meander. You take your time. You head into Rivington without much of a problem. Rivington is a big, it's like it's a trade port. But it's people that are wanting to bring goods and trade goods into Baldur's Gate. So this is like a big area that people kind of gather. So you see a lot of caravans from the south meet here and then make their way across the crossing. And because of that, the Flaming Fist have set up kind of a toll for larger caravans that come through. Your average citizen, y'all will be totally fine. Shouldn't have a toll problem. But it's for the larger trade caravans. They have to pay for protection to cross the crossing itself. So it's very busy. It's people from all over. It's also a place where people come from the south that want to trade. So some of the traders from Baldur's Gate will actually set up in Rivington itself. So there's a lot of commerce that happens here as well.
All right. Are we planning on like finding an inn, or are we just kind of rolling through?
Are there inns here?
There are. Yeah, you could definitely find an inn here.
All right. As we're approaching, I'm going to I'm gonna make myself look like an old man.
Okay.
Again, like as nondescript. Maybe an elf. I'll go elf. Elves are taller than humans.
Yeah.
I'll make myself look like Johnny Carson with pointy ears. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, so Johnny Carson elf is now riding shotgun in the cart, and I'm guessing Magrunden is still riding in the back.
Magrunden is riding in the back still.
Okay, so as y'all are entering into town, what are y'all looking to do? Do y'all want to hit an inn, or do y'all just want to try to get across the crossing at night?
I want to get them to a point where I can leave them and go back to Neville.
Yeah, if we can get an inn, then we can rest there for a night or two.
Okay, I can camp out up in the room because that's a great idea.
Keep the heat off, and Finn can go see if he can track down tall fellow, long fellow, short fellow, wide fellow.
Glendon, give me a medicine check.
Medicine. Alrighty. All right, here we go. That's with a +2. I don't know if it ever updated.
It'll be an 8. Okay. You look over Magrunden. He looks a little worse for wear, but you're like, he could probably make it another couple nights.
Yeah, I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. I don't feel great, but I'm sturdy.
Right. Okay.
It's not like I've never had a fever before.
Yeah.
All right. So you two are going to go find it in while Finn
giggle.
goes off and does his thing? Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, that is the plan.
And I'm not going to swim back or anything. I'm just going to cross the bridge at first.
You can do that. Are you taking the car or are you going on foot?
I'm going to leave the cart. I'm going on foot. I want to see what to expect if we do go this way.
Okay. All right. So y'all find an inn as soon as you get into town. You see one called the Brass Cauldron. It's kind of a middle of the road. It does have a second floor, and it does have a stable. So there's actually a place that you could actually park the cart with the horse. So y'all can go. You two will go to the Brass Cauldron, and then Finn, you head across Worm's Crossing. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's pause on the brass cauldron. Let's go to Finn. So you two were basically having dinner at the cauldron.
Sounds good.
And then Finn, you're heading over to the crossing. So at Finn, as you cross over, you see you've been here before. You've come this way a good bit. You know what to expect. You do see up on the right. You do see like a toll booth kind of set up. There's about 6 or 7 flaming fists walking around. You can see them with their tabard, and they're just. It's typical. They're kind of bullying people. They're already kind of broken into the kegs. So they're drinking.
One walks up to you, Wes, and he's like, "I'll serve the flaming fist."
There it is. All right. You don't see any of those followers of Helm, but you know that they are about in this area. You just don't see any where you are. This is the checkpoint that you've been worried about, is how to get past this, because you'll see other flaming fists kind of coming and going, but this is where they actually check all the carts and they're kind of looking at stuff. What do you want to do?
I want to take a little bit of time as I cross to see if I draw any attention. I want to see if there seems to be anything.
Are you dressed? Are you still wearing your Umberlee robes?
Yeah.
Okay. So
because there is a temple in the.
What do his Umberlee robes look like?
What do your Umberlee robes look like, Wes?
I don't even know what Umberlee robes are.
I would say they are seafoam green with gold trim. Very like silky kind of. And it has a large hood.
Mm-hmm.
But and the staff, I have a cap that I can put on it that has the twin waves where it just looks like a
cane,
a staff with.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
As you were walking by in your robes, one of the flaming fists, a larger female Goliath, looks down at you and goes, "Oi, you priest!" Very deep voice, but it is a female from what you can tell. Goliath looks down at you and goes, "This is your fault with the ocean."
That's racist. That's what that is. Racist.
What, a Goliath? Oh, it's your fault because
the Triton. Yeah.
Well, no, he's wearing the robes. It's not racist.
Umberlee's what, like the goddess of the sea, isn't she one of them?
Yes.
Oh, gotcha. That's what Umberlee robes are.
Right.
I'm going to look over the side and kind of look at the ocean and go, yeah.
What do you plan to do about this? You going to give her some type of gift to calm the storm?
She wants those from you.
Well, we've
already served her.
You go fix this. Go.
I'm on it.
She kind of like gives you she kind of gives you a shove, like to push you, like go, be on your way. You know, and as she's walking around, you see some of the other flaming fists goes, "Oh, you tell him, Myrta," and that's the largest. Myrta is the Goliath flaming fist. She's the biggest bully there is. So you pass by, and you see, like, I mean, she's got a big ale that she's drinking. I mean, it's 6 o'clock, I guess. It's time to break it out. So they're drinking, but they're also, you know, just kind of bullying and collecting taxes from the last people that are kind of crossing over.
I'll go about my way. I just, mainly I'm trying to see if I pick up anything that would pierce an illusion that if Glendon was to try to cross in a disguised manner, if there's anything that sticks out as, like, you know, arcane.
Give me an investigation check.
Nope.
You don't see anything. Like you think it would be totally safe for him to cross. In fact, with the darkness, you think you should go now.
I think this is a bridge.
It's a bridge. Sure. This would be a good time to grab your friends and cross over.
Yeah. Well, as a matter of fact, I'm going to turn around and go back to Myrta and say, you know, I think I have an idea. I saw some old shabby souls back there. Does the Flaming Fist have a problem with offering sacrifices to the ocean?
Ooh.
She looks at it and goes, I don't care what you do, but we got to get this handled. You go. Deception check.
You're splitting the party to a whole new level, man.
I know. I didn't know we were playing chaotic evil.
Yeah, well, we knew you were going off alone. We didn't know you were going to try and kill us.
All right, hang on. Yeah.
Hanging on.
Oh Lord. She tells you to go on your way and make haste.
Okay. So I'm going to head back to the Brass Monkey Inn.
It's the Brass Cauldron. So you head back to the Brass Cauldron.
It's the Funky Monkey.
You see your elf and dragonborn friends sitting. It's only been 20, 30 minutes. It hasn't been that long. You were able to do this pretty quick. The Brass Cauldron is located pretty close to the crossing. So you come back. The two of you are sitting there. You've just gotten your first drink. When Finn comes back in, and what do you want to do?
What are you doing here?
I say,
you were supposed to leave.
I say, I think we got a good shot if we go right now.
Have you just been outside the whole time? You're supposed to go and meet your friends.
There's a large Goliath who sees my robes and is wanting me to figure out a way to calm the sea. So
where outside?
I found a couple of suckers I'm going to offer up to the ocean. No, you two, you're playing the part.
Oh. But you're... Oh, we're the suckers.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
right, I like this.
Yeah, because we're lying. See?
We're lying, see?
All right, for the sake of brevity, y'all finish your drink. You've only got an hour that this disguise self works, right, Glenda?
Right, so...
Y'all need to post haste. So y'all chug it quick.
So he's snapping at us. Let's go.
Yeah. So y'all make haste. Y'all get over to the guard post, and y'all see the same scene. Y'all see the 7, now there's an 8th, Flaming Fist guy. They're walking around. Some of them are drinking. There's actually, you're walking in where there's another caravan that's come up that most of them are kind of looking at. The Goliath spots Finn, and she looks over and goes, come, please. What's this? And she looks at you and goes, are these the two special ones?
They're the new converts. And I'm going to give her a little wink.
All right. I'm going to need the deception check.
Oh, God. You could have just said we were pilgrims. Or...
we're the suckers.
Acolytes. No, these are the guys I'm about to murder for the sea. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. She looks at you and goes, wait. Something's not right here. And she's looking over that Magrunden and she goes, why does that one smell like pig?
Pig?
He just ate bacon and lots of it.
Deception check.
Right? Oh, God.
Me or Danny?
Danny.
Oh, I get a +3. Okay. Well, it's not as bad as I thought.
I get a +4 and I've been failing all night.
Oh, let's see.
Six.
Oh, God.
He goes, no, there's something up with that one. You've been messing with any of them boars. And she's like basically grabbing Magrunden now. Magrunden, you're a big guy. This is someone who's 2 feet taller than you, is reaching down and like holding you at this point. So what do you want to do?
Hey, get your hands off of me. He's the one.
Ho. Hang on. As I see this kicking off, I want to summon a fog cloud and start speaking of how, oh no, Umberlee is growing angry.
Okay. All right. This is the mother of all deception checks here. All right. Because if you fail, it's going to be like
the fog like rolling in off the the ocean.
Right. So this will be opposed. Awesome. Roll. Oh my God. I don't know if you can see the
one.
It's like,
All right, so you drop the fog cloud. You start talking. Now, what are you exactly saying about Umberlee?
I'm gonna. Oh God, what is she? She's called like the. She's got a bad name.
The
She's
bitch
called
queen.
like. She's called like.
the bitch queen or something like that.
Yes, I'm gonna be like. The bitch queen has claimed this one. She's angry.
Okay, you say that. They all like start like going back into like they're like trying to get off the crossing with the fog dropping. So now there's chaos. Now you've sold it not just to the Flaming Fist, but also the caravan. Everyone's looking out into the ocean, thinking something horrible is about to happen.
And I'm gonna say, quickly to the temple.
Okay,
How thick is this fog cloud?
it's like 30 feet. So I mean, it's basically falling over this entire area.
But I mean, like, how's visibility? Like, can we see very well?
Not there's enough torchlight like this, and it's not, the sun is still like it's almost down, so there's like it's like that last few moments of daylight, but the torches have already kind of been lit, so there's enough light where you can see. It's just like crazy London fog kind of thing, and it's enough to sell it.
If there's any like chaos going on, there's going to be a little extra pushing from Magrunden to try to rattle them up.
just being a rabble rouser, huh? Okay, all right. So there's mass chaos on the bridge. Y'all make it across. Okay, for the sake of brevity, y'all make it across to Twin Songs. Now, y'all are on the outskirts. It's going to take a long time. Okay, to go. If you look at the size of this city, it's huge. You're going to have to go around Duskhawk Hill through the outer city all the way over, and what we're trying to get to is East Way, which is all the way on this side. So y'all have got to go all the way.
It's about 2 miles.
Yeah, it's about 2 miles. So y'all can make it all the way there that night. So
yeah, 2 miles is like.
The only issue is the disguise wearing off.
What disguise?
So
that disguise.
You got any more than Umberlee robes or
no, but I was gonna put mine onto him and let him wear it.
Okay.
Because it's a big robe, I can just drape it over your head and.
Okay.
Yeah, put him in the cart.
All right.
That over
on the back of the cart.
Yeah,
I can walk.
So Glendon's going to be disguised as a priest of Umberlee. Magrunden, you're laying back there as well, and Finn, you're just driving the cart. All right. So y'all spend the next couple of hours kind of like circumnavigating the entire town to get over to Eastway. Now, Glendon, you haven't really spent any time whatsoever in the town whatsoever, and you're appalled at some of the things that you see. Like as y'all are riding by, you're sitting back in the cart, you see at least 4 muggings just from the time you got from the crossing to the town. There's the smell of death, like there's maybe some bodies laying about places. This place is horrible. Like if this is civilization, you want no part of it, kind of thing.
Right.
Finn, you've been around, you've traveled, Baldur's Gate's just a bad example of civilization. Magrunden, it's a fun port. You've spent a lot of time here. You've had some great time and memories here.
Well,
I passed out over there once.
Right. You have fond memories of Baldur's Gate.
Lose a purse or two, and it's a small price to pay.
Right. So Glendon, you're just appalled. You're absolutely appalled that this is how anyone would choose to live. It's between the smell and just the total depravity. This place is terrible. Right. So y'all spend the next couple of hours kind of coming through the town. You leave the outer city. You come into what's called the lower city. As you come into the lower city, you do see a lot of these heavily armored humans walking around. Their sigils is of helm, and you see them walking about the town as well. And between the Flaming Fist and then the heavily armored helm, there's a pretty big military presence, but none of it is really connected to the government at all. It's all like rival gang. Think like gangs of New York. Like everyone's got their own faction that's milking the people for something else. Like everyone's got an angle. So as you move through the Undercity, now where are y'all headed? Because
we're looking for the first inn to stop at, so that now that I've got him in the city, now I can go get Neville and say he's in the city.
Neville is at the inn. If you want to go to the inn, you could. He's at the Blushing Mermaid in East Way, which is not that much further. So you could go there. I didn't know. Do you want to do that?
Okay.
Or, is that cool? Okay. All right.
We'll give it a shot.
All right. So. All right. The Blushing Mermaid.
Ah. Where is she?
That Triton fella right next to you. That's.
Oof.
All right, so as
Maybe
y'all
you got
enter
really
the
ugly.
tavern, as soon as y'all enter the tavern, you open the doors. The smell of pipe smoke just kind of like, whoa, it's pretty strong in here. The windows here are completely boarded over, so the smoke and any smell is kind of like captured in the inn itself. So as you walk through, think of like the cigar bar that never opens the doors. That's kind of what you're walking into. So you can hear a bard in the back playing some music, a minstrel. And you hear a lot of talking. As the sun has come down, it's now like prime time for the inn. It's very lively. The tables are very full. Finn, you walk in. You've been here several times. You look over. You know the barmaid. You know the innkeep. And as you walk back, you're looking at the back section. Now, if you look down at the map here, you'll see that is generally Neville's office. He has the corner table. In fact, as you walk through the tavern, you do actually see
the enforcer, the Sahagin.
No, you see Neville.
Oh.
And you do see his female friend, Zala, is sitting next to her. Now, Zala, we will show to players. I will edit this down to where all players can see.
What race is she?
She is a Yuan T.
She looks different than I thought.
Yeah. So
You showing something?
So Zala and Neville, and remember we'll show Neville as well. So Neville is sitting there with the small little feathers sticking out of his cap. He has a pint of ale because it comes in pints, and he's sitting next to this very beautiful Yuan T woman who has this braided hair that's kind of pulled back. She's quite attractive, but also does not look happy at all. I can't imagine she's ever smiled a day in her life. So just, you see them sitting in the back and just kind of watching over. You see some other people kind of coming and going. But as y'all enter into this area, you notice that everyone it's kind of crazy how packed this place is, but there seems to be like some room given to not intrude on Neville's area. So this area is, people stay away unless you're invited. So, Finn.
I'm going to stand basically where he can see me but not approach and make a gesture like we're here.
Okay.
And see if he motions me over.
All right. He kind of sees you out the corner of his eye as he's talking to Zala, and he goes, "Oh, Finn, come. Have you brought me my other friend?"
I'll gesture back to them, and I'm gonna pull my robe off of. I'm gonna pull my robe off of Danny, like ta-da!
So you pull the robe off of Glendon. Wes has gone full free. There, he's back. Okay, so you pull the robe off of Glendon, and you see this big giant grin across the face of Neville. He goes, Glenn, it's so good to see you again. It's been many months. How have you been?
Great until recently. How far away are we? Are we at his table?
You're probably 15 feet. Here you go. That's you. We'll just kind of put everybody in here.
Okay, I see.
Okay.
Good. I was thinking like he took it off.
Yeah.
As we walked in, I was like, oh no.
Okay.
Good. I was told that you needed me in town.
Well, the bounty for you has gone up considerably. It seems that poor chap that you tore limb from limb. Remember that glorious moment? He wasn't just any old flaming fist. He was actually sort of related to the local magistrate, so they're quite unhappy with you. I am thankful they are not very happy with you. So I thought I would do you a solid favor, bring you here and try to get you out of town because it's not safe for you to be in this general area. Especially since your head is worth 500 gold pieces.
All right.
He didn't say that anywhere else for anybody else to hear, did he?
No, y'all are only... he's saying that, like I said...
It's kind of his own private...
This is his own private area, yeah.
Can I roll an insight?
Absolutely.
Just to see,
yeah.
I think this... The cynic in me is thinking he might try to... double-crossed me.
He seems completely legit, and you believe every word he says.
My guy is very naive, so...
He might not be lying.
Yeah, right.
All right, friend. Well, thank
You know?
you very much. See, all I've ever known is this coast. Where did you have a place in
As
mind?
this is going on.
Yes, Finn?
I think Magrunden should go see a cleric or something.
So you reach over to that. You see Zala kind of whisper over to her friend Neville. Thank you. And he kind of looks over and looks at you. Goes, oh yeah. And he goes, "What's your big friend, your dragon friend? What's this all about?" Magrunden. You having some problems there. You seem rather hot, and your teeth are kind of protruding. Were you born that way? Did your mother?
No. I'm fine, but just feeling a little feverish.
That your bottom teeth are kind of protruding a little bit. Like where did that come from?
I think there was an orc in there somewhere back in the...
Hey, the old family tree. Don't think I had any orc brethren, but
good God,
who
man,
knows?
There's something wrong with you. And Zala keeps whispering and goes, "Oh no. Have you been dealing with any of those lichens or something? Because there's something not right about you. Zala here has got quite a nose for this."
No, nothing like that. And Magrunden kind of stumbles and tries to put his hand on a chair to kind of steady himself, but he misses a little bit, so he kind of slips and knocks the chair to the side a little bit and kind of stumbles.
Finn, you better take him to your friends over at that godforsaken temple. Maybe they can do something with him. He looks a little worse.
Do they do that type of thing there, or do Umberlee's followers not help with that kind of stuff?
Oh no, absolutely. They're there to collect tribute and to make money to give to Umberlee. So it is a thriving business. In fact, you do know a Genasi friend that is quite adept at healing.
Okay, I'm gonna say, Glenn, I'm gonna ask Glendon if we can leave him here for now, because I think this needs to be addressed with Magrunden.
I'll look at Neville.
I'm a little worried.
I'll look at Neville and
leave
ask
Glendon here.
I'm going to ask Neville if it would be okay, since I totally trust him after that last. I'm going to ask him if it's okay if I stay here.
Oh no, you don't want to stay here. Lot of cutthroats here that I don't have a lot of control over. Go with your friends. And he actually takes his hat off and he hands it and goes, "Wear my hat. It'll keep you safe."
Can I roll an insight?
Yeah.
Click.
Seems totally legit.
Okay.
Is this for luck or is it magic?
Oh no. You just think about something else, some other person you want to be, and you will appear as that person. Bring it back to me after you go and do your errand. Plus, take in the sights and sounds of the city. You wear that, you'll be quite safe. But bring it back to me. It is dear to me.
So, can I put it on?
Yeah, you put it on.
I'll put it on, and I'm going to turn into Neville.
You do. You shrink all the way down to the size of a halfling.
Okay. Just to test it out.
And with
There's
that,
2 of them now.
Zala actually almost breaks a smile. It's so close. But then she's like...
All right. This is a neat little trinket.
Go.
Thank you.
And you need to be thinking about where you want to go. You can't stay here forever. So be thinking, where do you want to go? I could send you to Waterdeep or anywhere. You could go to Chult. You'd love Chult this time of year.
Never heard of Chult. Sounds fun.
Oh, you'd fit right in, I believe. Go. Have fun.
All right, let's go.
All right.
As we're walking away, like when we're out of earshot of Neville, I remind Lyndon that he has heard of Chult, and that the little letter that we read recently. There may have been a mention there. Doesn't sound like a very friendly place, but you have heard of it, my friend.
That's right. The guy did make it sound pretty inhospitable.
Perfect place for a murderer.
Oh, that Neville, he's such a great fella. He's a great tall fella.
Okay, so anything y'all want to do at the tavern?
I'm going to put the robes back on.
Okay.
I'm going to walk up to the bar as Neville.
Oh, we're going to stay. We're staying. Okay.
No, I'm just going to get a mug to go.
Ale to go. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you
put it on my tab.
Yeah. You walk up. The barkeep just hands you an ale, and you pick it up. It's actually mead. Neville, the bartender knows that Neville likes mead. So you drink mead. It's honey-based. It's sweet. It's pretty good. Actually, this is more up your alley. That ale's kind of, This, on the other hand, you could get behind. So you take your mead. You walk right out of the establishment. Nobody says a word.
Ordering stuff on his tab.
Yep.
Now, Finn, you realize that the guild kind of has their way with this area, so Neville has a lot of sway. So the fact that he's walking around and people think he's Neville, Neville normally would probably murder somebody for that, but he seems to think Glenn is like, he's got a soft spot for him, and he's just kind of letting him do something, and it's like he's just almost entertained by his existence.
So I know enough about the area. Do I know the area where the Temple of Umberlee is? Is it a different game, or is it Neville's territory?
He would not necessarily be the one in that area. Like, so basically, y'all are here, and that temple is here. So it's not that far. It's actually really close to the water, like almost on the water. It kind of oversees the bay. There's these big glass, cathedral windows on there that kind of oversees the bays. You've spent a lot of time sitting by there. There's this giant statue of Umberlee. There's these windows on the backside that you actually go and you sit at and you actually watch incoming ships. It's where you like to hang a lot because you can kind of see the ships kind of coming and going.
I'm going to recommend that as we get closer to the temple that you're not Neville.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Maybe just another priest like me.
Yeah, sure. I'll go back to Johnny Carson, priest mode.
Okay, so you go back into the elder elf, the Johnny Carson elf with the ears, and now you're wearing the robes. Okay. So y'all make it across the streets. As the darker it gets, the water is still really choppy. and you can see the boats kind of pushing. You hear a lot of chaos down at the docks. People screaming back and forth, trying to get a hold of the ships. The ships seem to be getting damaged as they're pushing up against the bank. Like the ships are running into each other as the water is continuing to churn. There's a lot of people milling about the temple itself as you get there. The priests have actually shut the temple down to everyone that's not part of the clergy, and there seems to be a lot of discussion, like, what did we do? This is the point where people start bringing, like, chickens to Umberlee, just whatever they feel they need to do to appease this angry god.
So we are headed to the temple, right?
Correct. You're right outside the temple.
All right, you know what I'll do? I'll disguise myself. I'll take the robes off and just be like a regular elf, because then they'll be like, okay, who the hell are you?
Okay.
So
you're gonna give the robes back to Finn?
Well, it's like, I guess the appearance. Can I make my like the clothes I'm wearing?
Yeah.
All right, you just look like a regular in the street.
Then. Yeah.
You don't actually have to strip.
No.
You just have to think it, and it changes.
Yeah. I like that hat.
It's a good hat.
Yeah.
He must have a wonderful haberdashery.
He does.
If they're waiting around, I'm going to go ahead and go towards the door and see if I can get in. Because now that I'm here,
they know you. They know you're a child of the ocean. You're, an emissary of the sea. So you're totally allowed to come in. So you come in and hang on just one second. Just had to.
Okay. You guys are awful important around here.
Yeah, so you walk in and you see several of the clerics looking down at you and say, "Oh, no, please, come." And they look at you and go, "Finn, where have you been? It's been chaos out there. Have you heard anything?" This is just random priests, and there's no one in particular. You just hear a lot of like chatter going back and forth.
I'm going to say, what's happened? I have not been in town. What's going on?
It's a younger female, human female cleric. You can't remember her name. Starts with an S. Sam, maybe.
Sammy, Swanson.
Samsonite. That's it. Now
I was way off.
So you can't remember. It's Sammy. So as you're trying to recall her name, she's like terrified. She's fairly new to the order, and she says, "We don't know. We've tried everything, but the ocean just doesn't seem to want to stop whatever it is it's doing. Is there something wrong? Or have I done something wrong?"
I don't know. What's the name of the Genasi that I know of?
Master Kelvin is who you're talking to. Master Kelvin is the Genasi.
Okay, so I'm going to say, where's Master Kelvin?
Oh no, he's up in his quarters. He was rummaging through some documents last I saw.
Let me go and talk to him, and I'll return.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take them with me and head towards his quarters.
Oh, so you're taking Glendon and Magrunden?
Yeah.
Sure. So you see Kelvin kind of moving it back and forth. He's a water genasi, 5.5 feet tall. The way he moves is very fluid in his motion, as if like he moves with the ocean. You've never, Glendon and Magrunden, you've never seen anybody move like this. It kind of is off-putting at first, just the way he has he carries himself. It's very odd how he carries himself. Finn, on the other hand, this is how everyone should walk, because he's moving as if he spent his life in the ocean. So there's no resistance here as he's getting used to. So as y'all go up and speak to him, you see lots of people coming and going and talking to Kelvin. Kelvin looks over and goes, yes, Finn, yes. Do you have any idea what's going on?
I was in the ocean earlier. I obviously picked up on the anger. When did this start?
A couple days ago it started. Just before you left. It was minor, but it seems to be getting worse. We thought at first it was just that storm that came through, but this is something more than that.
Has anyone trying to commune with her?
We've tried, but you know, she is. She won't talk for a century. You just don't know.
Bitch gods, what can you do?
So y'all are all in there. As he's talking to you, he looks over at Magrunden and goes, "What is wrong with him?"
Yeah, I need you to help me with this. I owe this man my life, and he is cursed, and that's a little outside my realm.
Well, you know I can do that. There are some things I will need, but it will. I understand you owe him a favor, but there will still be some type of offering that will need to be given. We're in desperation here. Is there anything that you can give to help?
Didn't we just OOC?
Yeah.
Didn't we have some jewels?
We had some gems.
You do have a bag of gems.
Whoa, hold on the gems. Giving away the gems.
Do you want to be a pig?
No, I don't want to be a pig. There's gold. We can give him the gold.
The dragon doesn't want to give up the gems.
Exactly.
Checks out. I'll tell Kelvin. We have the usual gold offerings.
You do have the pouch of 50
whatever
gold. Y'all did have 50 gold.
Yeah.
There's some random loot cartoon. They need like a slightly used longsword, perhaps.
So you offer the longsword. He looks at the longsword and goes, "This is a flaming fist blade. We'll definitely take that. But do you have any gold to go along with this?"
Oh, there's some armor that's got a hole in it.
I handed the pouch 50 gold.
All right, so you hand him. He takes the 50 gold. He takes the longsword, the flaming fist blade, and he goes, "Well, good." And he goes and he looks over. And he motions towards to Sammy. Sammy comes running and he goes, "Here, go place this in the altar and see if this just anything we can find." So she runs and takes the sword and the gems, and they've got like an altar. They're basically they're just throwing, not the gem, sorry, the gold. He takes the pouch of gold. He takes the longsword. They're just piling crap up here at this point, just hoping something will equal, calm.
Is this kind of like approaching like hurricane type?
Without the actual storm.
Gotcha.
Wind, yes, but there's no storm to go along with it. That's why if there was a hurricane, they would be like, it's a big storm, it's a hurricane. But the fact that there's not that is why they're concerned.
Right.
With that, you see Kelvin reach over. He pulls out this giant tome. He opens up this big tome and he kind of scrolls through and then he begins speaking Draconic, which Glendon and Finn, I don't think y'all understand it. Magrunden, on the other hand, is like, I'm right there. I understand. And as he goes through and he begins to recite,
I recognize this poem.
Yeah, this limerick, if you will. As he goes through, he begins actually calling out. And as he's calling out, you feel this thing fighting inside you. And he stops for a second. He looks over to Finn. He goes, "Finn, this isn't good. It's already taken hold of him." And he's actually he's fighting to pull this thing out of you. And it takes some time, but eventually he does pull this thing out and he closes the book and you see this shocked look on his face. He goes, "Well, that problem of his is gone."
Oh, good. Feel much better already.
I'm going to go.
That problem, what's the other? Is it like scoliosis or a worse curse?
He's got some other curse on him. It's beyond my means. I don't know. There's something else there. I don't know. And with that, he kind of steps away. He goes, I need to go.
Thank you for your help. I will let you know if I make any breakthroughs.
Okay. So you're cured of lycanthropy. So that's good.
Well, that was odd.
But Kelvin seems to think there's something else going on with you.
He's wrong.
Worse curse.
Nah, it's nothing.
It's just years of being a sailor going port to port.
Just a little bit of the syphilis.
VD. Yeah.
All right. So y'all are just outside the way. As you are kind of standing, what are y'all doing at this point? Because y'all are basically leaving his, dormitory off to the side. You see the giant statue of Umberlee. You see the giant windows. You see the dark. It's dark outside, but you do see the torch lights and the different braziers on the inside that are still illuminating and giving light. But there's you can hear the wind kind of pushing up against the building. So what do y'all want to do?
I want to go out onto the place where I normally like to go and just kind of take this in and be like, do I have a feeling that this is like preemptive of one of her denizens coming forth?
All right, so as Finn is walking, are y'all following or are y'all staying behind? Are y'all
Following.
separating? All right, so y'all are
I
all
got following
following.
him.
Okay. So he's walking up close. Okay.
This mention of Cthulhu's kind of got me a little concerned. This, one of her denizens. Is that like Nemo? Or
So this is the wind. You start to hear a storm start to roll in as y'all get closer. Y'all are now standing at the foot of the statue of Umberlee, which this is what it looks like. You're basically looking up at Umberlee. She's looking down. She's holding the head of Baldur, one of her enemies, and this is the statue that you see in the corridor. And it's at this point that you all stop as the wind picks up and you get closer. You see the eyes of the statue open, and it begins to speak.
Foolish mortals, you dare disturb my home. Return what was taken, or I will lay waste to your cities. The seas will churn and loose the chains of the Kraken. My wrath will not abate until the crescent rests again in my hearth.
Finn, what did you take from the sea?
talking to me? What, him?
I'm going to turn around and look at them because they look oddly suspicious right now.
And with that, the eyes of the statue close, and you hear the whole place begins to shake.
What exact? What?
What did you do?
All right, so y'all are kind of standing in bewilderment. Y'all just heard this voice emanating out of the statue. The eyes open and then close. And at that point, the glass just shatters. Y'all all kind of reach down as the wind blows the sea. Actually, like water flows into the temple itself.
This is you're doing, Finn, or your followers. What did they take? What did they take from the sea?
Y'all are going to notice. Okay, so I just want to point something out to them. They notice that Finn is actually kind of smiling.
Do inanimate objects often talk to you?
No. I'm going to say, but it's about time I got to do what I was meant to do.
Does that flood this temple?
As the water, the map is accurate. So as the water kind of pours in, y'all are standing like a half a foot into the water. You see several things start swimming into the chamber itself, and you see them start popping out of the ocean. And you see these things pop up. This giant fish head. They're like these 6-foot fish men. These are very different than the Sahaguan you saw earlier. They looked more reptilian. These look completely, maybe distant cousins, but definitely different.
Do I recognize them?
Yes, they are definitely residents of the elemental plane of water.
Evil residents?
Yes.
You could say
okay.
Evil.
Now you see a full-blown grin.
Some other kind of fishmen.
Okay, so these 4 other fishmen, we'll call them the deep ones because why not? They start popping out of the water and start charging. You also see several other innocent bystanders in the temple itself.
Is she kind of like purging the temple?
Well, I'm going to hold my action and hit one in the face with a hammer if it gets too close to me.
We're gonna roll initiative in a second. I'm just
All
setting.
right, perfect.
Setting.
I apologize for my impatience.
My good man Finn, are these friends or foes?
Foe.
Okay, so you've got 5 or so of these innocent bystanders running about. In the back, you do have. Let me just grab this one more token I'm looking for. Master Kelvin in the back as well.
Okay. When I see this, the first thing I'm going to say is protect the others.
And with that, let us all roll initiative.
Let us.
Was that the statue of? That was the statue of Umberlee talking to us, right?
Correct. That's the statue in front of you. Okay.
Oh, good. Initiative.
All right. So we're gonna give all these guys a turn. We're gonna give y'all a turn. All right. Someone's got a little bit of static.
I think it is that Wes's.
Probably.
All right. So Finn, what is your initiative?
14.
Okay. Glendon, what is your initiative?
9.
And Magrunden, what is your initiative?
A 6.
Oh, good. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to move Finn up to the top because I always let my players go on a tie. Plus your dexterity means you should legitimately go anyway. All right. So can y'all see the turn order?
Yes.
Okay. So that is the turn order. Oh, wait. Hold up. There's one more.
Hold up. A.
I forgot about old Master Kelvin, who is actually a combatant and will be going first. All right. All right. So he's going first. He is going to, at the start of combat, he's going to run up to here, just behind the altar. No, we'll go to here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, about there. And he is going to cast Bless on Finn, Magrunden, and Glendon. So y'all are all now the recipients of the Bless spell.
Excellent. Excellent.
So someone give me a quick read of the Bless spell. I think I know it by heart. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything.
It was.
You bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range. Whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw.
Perfect. So everyone gets a plus d4 to their attacks and saving throws. I thought that was it.
Works for me.
Okay. Finn, what are you going to do?
Do the deep ones seem to be headed to us, or are they headed towards any of the bystanders?
They're just now coming out of the water. You've kind of got the jump on them. It's hard to tell what they're up to exactly.
I want to point at Magrunden to take that side.
Okay.
Point at what side?
You can click on the screen.
You take the upside.
This side.
Yeah. I'm going to go towards the side where there's 2.
Okay.
I'm going to.
You should be able to pick up and move your piece now. I fixed it.
Okay, so I'm going to move here.
Okay.
So I'm going to jump out of the water, land in front of this this deep one, whirl the spear around my head, and thrust
let's look at these guys.
Head. So I'm thrusting at its head with one hand.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, as I stab towards its head, whether it lands or misses, I'm then going to try to land a left to the abdomen.
Gotcha. All
Kind
right.
of like a palm strike.
Gotcha. All right. So you're going to spin the spear around. You're going to go with one attack with a spear. So let's see a one-handed spear attack.
14.
Okay. So the 14 is going to hit, and 4 points of damage is going to. All right. So you do stab at it. As you draw blood, you see this black ichor kind of come off the side of its face. Now roll your second attack.
So unarmed.
You'll hit it as well.
All right, so I'm stabbing at it with the thing. As it lands, I'm going to strike it in the abdomen.
Okay.
And let's go ahead and flurry of blows.
Okay.
Use one key point, and I'm just going to try to front snap kick this thing.
Okay.
Just right in the chest.
All right, let's roll it.
So that's just an unarmed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I can roll a d4s with that as well.
Correct, now roll a d4. Yeah, the 11 would miss. The 15 is going to hit. All right, so now that 4 that you rolled is going to hit. So that's 13 total damage. All right, so you draw blood with the spear, you palm it in the chest, and then you snap kick it in the front. You see it stumble back a little bit as your foot hit into it. It's softer than you would think it is, and you feel something like the outer part of it's like a crustacean, it's like breaks in a little bit, and you pull your foot back, and you haven't fought anything like this before, but it feels different fighting on land versus in the water. So it's a little off as you're feeling how it snaps and it caves in. So that is your turn. Now it is their turn. That same one is going to reach out. It grabs out its webbed hand. That it's like this, but it's webbed, and it's going to try to grab at you.
Mm-hmm.
Will a 14 hit?
15 is my armor class.
All right, you dodge out of the way as it grabs. As it grabs, but you look over and you see whatever is in its hand. It has 3 little circles in its hand. It has these little tentacles that are coming out of his hand. It reaches out as it was trying to grab you. You jump out of the way. As it does that, it runs and it goes same attack with its other hand. Same thing with the 3 tentacles kind of coming out after you. No, 12. So you dodge both attacks. So both.
Yeah, I used the spear and kind of ting ting.
Yeah. So you dodge over back. So it's swinging at both of you. The second one is going to come up to you as well. It's going to do it's just going to run up and it opens up its giant mouth and it's going to come down and try to snap on top of you. Oh, you easily dodged that attack. The attack was so slow as it was making its mouth like larger than it could be. You easily saw what it was trying to do and you dodge out of the way. So you evade all of the attacks of those 2. This top one here is going to run up and try to attack Magrunden. It will also do this giant bite attack.
Actually, that's Danny.
Yeah.
Glendon.
Sorry, Glendon. So I'm guessing an 11 does not hit you.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah. This one is going to run up. It's going to do the double claw attack with the big hands. The first attack comes at you, and miss. And the second attack is an 18 going to hit.
No. AC 19.
All right, second attack, you pull the shield. The shield at the last second. You hear the suction of the hand like go onto the shield. It almost pulls the shield off of you as it retracts. The weight that it has as it tries to grapple the shield out of your hand is shocking to you how strong this thing is.
Gotcha.
All right, and with that we go to Glendon.
All right. The one directly in front of me, I'm going to take a swing at.
Okay.
All right. All right, let's see here.
All right, so the 9 will miss.
Plus
Okay.
D4.
Oh, roll a d4 because you're blessed.
Ooh.
You'll just have to roll that manually.
Blessed.
Did it roll?
It did. That gets you a 12, which will hit.
Hey!
So bless comes through.
Nice.
Good job, DM.
Did it automatically do the damage?
It did 4.
Okay.
Now you have the strength adjustments and all that?
It's all in there.
Okay.
Yeah. If you actually hover over the number, it'll actually show you the equation. All right. So, Glenn, is there anything else? You've got your shield. You swing at your axe. You pull across. You see you have a cut across the front. You actually pull off some of the crustacean that's hanging off the side of it. There's a little bit of that black ichor on your axe as you pull it back. With that, it is now. Is there anything else you're going to do? Bonus action? You're going to move? You're going to sit where you are?
Let's just make it a smite.
You are going to smite it. Okay. So,
Yeah.
all right. Roll 2d8.
Let me see. I think I'm doing this right.
Yes, you are. So add 12 points of radiant damage to it. That's 12.
In the name of my leaky.
All right, so
I think I'm
axe
saying that right.
as you pull it back, you harness the energy of Myliki as you actually in the distance you think you hear the neigh of a unicorn in the distance as you pull back and Richard, you see this radiant energy like pull, and half of its shoulder just kind of falls to the ground. His arm actually comes off. You've actually severed its right arm. That's the one in front of you, so he's got one less claw attack.
Nice.
Which one is that? Is that this one?
That one is missing an arm.
Okay.
All right. And with that, it's Magrunden's turn.
All right. Magrunden is gonna. Can I get to about here?
Yes, you may.
And then I will swim. I'll attack.
All right. We'll give you flanking.
Excellent. Guess we don't need to worry about that D4, but we'll roll it anyway.
Just because you got it. All right, so the 21 unchanged. The 21 will do damage, and you do 5 points of damage. Now, this is the one that just lost the arm. So as that arm comes off, you come around with that. Now, what does this look like?
Yeah, so I jump. I take a step or two, and then I jump into the water on that side, and I kind of bring up in a big splash. I bring my maul around, and I hit him in the back of the neck.
Okay. As you do that, you hear it all, like everything that you hear, just the amount of crunching. It's not just bone, but this crustacean. It just crunches his head in. As that happens, whatever was like holding it together in the front, all that black ichor spews out the front. Danny, you're standing in front, Glendon, and you raise up your shield as all that black ichor just mushes across your shield as this body falls across. It is a disgusting mess. But that one is gone.
Nice.
And that's it for Magrunden. Or actually, after I do that, if I've got a step, I'll step back there.
Yeah, you're good.
Towards the other one, and I'll spin to face them.
Okay. Okay. You're totally fine.
You need a little tombstone icon to put on all the dead things.
I need to get a tombstone icon. I'll get one. I have a body.
Skull.
Yeah, I'll get that next time. Right now we're going old school. If it was an M&M, I would have picked it up and ate it. All right, nice. So that is one less. Okay, at the end of the round, Magrunden, make a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Let me get a correct it. There we go.
Is he about to go bebop on us?
No.
Saving throw.
That's gone.
Oh, and add my hold on.
Oh yeah, and your D4.
Bless.
You're blessed.
D4.
Yep, that is
a dirty 20.
You hear a distant female voice calling to you. You're not quite sure what it is she is telling you to do. You just shake it off. But you hear a voice. Okay, top of the round, Master Kelvin. Master Kelvin is now at the end of the round. All of these people are trying to make it to the door. They're all running. There's a lot of screaming. They're all trying to get out. It's actually funny. They need to be going this way. Sorry.
It's chaos in here.
It's mass chaos.
To run.
There's one above Glendon.
She's frozen in fear.
She is frozen in fear. All right. They're all running for the door. These 5 priests that are running for the door. Master Kelvin at the top. He blesses concentration, correct?
It is.
Yeah, it's up to a minute, it says. I think.
All right. He's going to move to here. And he is going to... he calls out and he puts his hand out, and when he does that, he puts like this he starts casting this spell again, and it drops this giant bubble over Finn, a sanctuary over Finn.
I wonder what that spell's called.
I am at a loss for words.
Attack her, you mean?
Huh? You can.
So I can't attack her?
Here's the thing. If you attack, it goes away. But you could let them try to attack first. You could drop your initiative count.
Yeah, I'll...
And just see if they can do it.
Now, does it move with me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to use this. I'm assuming this is something that protects me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to get over to here.
Okay.
Here-ish.
Okay.
And I'm going to... does that provoke an attack of opportunity?
It will, but he has to make a wisdom saving throw to even make the attack because of the sanctuary.
Okay. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to make eye contact with Glendon and show him that I'm getting out of the water.
Okay.
So that if he has a cough, I'm not in the way.
All right, so you move. Now, here's what you can do. You can actually move and hold your attack action until after the deep ones go.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm jumping to that side and flurrying the spear around and kind of readying it at him and kind of gesturing like, come on.
Okay. He attempts to he goes to try to attack you. He can't. He fails the save for the sanctuary. The light of the sanctuary is too much. He backs away. And now we go to their turn. So the one that's in front of you with the 2 claw attacks, he has to make a save to try to attack you, which he fails. The other one is going to run up to you, which will provoke an attack of opportunity from Mr. Magrunden. He fails to save as well. So this
targeted battle. Oh, that was almost a 20.
Yeah. No. All right. So you take a wild swing as he leaves. He rolled a lot. Still unchanged. Magrunden takes a wild swing at the deep one as it kind of dashes out of the way and moves up. They both try to attack Finn. At this point, the sanctuary is melting off. Finn, you are safe to attack.
Okay. I'm going to try to batter the one to my left, like use the spear to kind of hurt it towards the one in front of me so that I can get, what I'm trying to do is get to here to where it's in a straight line, kind of put it more.
I understand. You're shifting.
I don't want one to my left and one to my right. I'm trying to shift the one to my left in front of me in a straight line.
I got you.
Towards me.
Yeah, go ahead. You've got movement left.
So with this, I'm going to use a two-handed strike to kind of push.
Okay.
Like push with the bladed end across the thing and kind of use its momentum to push myself back to where I'm in a straight line.
All right. So you're just doing one attack here?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Spear,
two-handed spear attack.
I clicked it. Oh, there we go.
That'll hit. An 8. All right. What does it look like?
Okay.
What does that look like?
What I try to do is try to push it, but what I actually do is just decapitate it as I try to bring the spear around.
It was a great plan. We just decided to kill it. So you cut it.
I wasn't expecting it to be as brittle as they seem. I was expecting them to have more weight to it, but it seems like they're just kind of real brittle.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And its head just goes.
Okay. All right, he's toast. All right, so that's Finn's turn. Now we're going to go to Glendon.
All right, I got one right next to me. I'll swing.
Okay. All right, so 15 is going to hit a whole 3 damage. Yep. All right, that's going to hit. That's all right. Anything else?
No, I'll hold on to the spell for right now.
All right, so you land the attack on the one next to you. Again, you bring that spirit, that axe across. You rake across of it. More of this ichor is kind of spewing out of it. This is the first time this one's been hit, so you're just now chewing into that carapace that's on top of it. At this point, we go to Magrunden.
Hey, be careful! Be careful, my friends. There's I heard a voice, and then I run this way. Oh. Trying to step over the body of this corpse.
Yeah, you're fine.
And I charge straight at this fishman.
Okay.
This deeper fishman. And I swing my mighty maul. And then I attempt to roll another d4.
And that will
13?
hit. That'll hit.
Yes. It was a little off directionally, but then I kind of
right. It was
felt the spirit.
You slipped with the water. All right, and it was.
I'm going to re-roll this 2.
Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? You got to be paying attention to that. Yeah.
I didn't even realize. So that's going to be 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to have to roll the damage.
Yeah,
separately.
You are. Yeah. Okay. There's a way I can go onto your character sheet and make it where you don't roll damage. Okay. All right. So at this point, you hit the side of it. Again, you hear all this cracking as it's kind of like limping across now. And then we go to the end of the round. Okay. At this point, you see Kelvin kind of stagger for a second, and then let me take that off.
Oh no.
He's going to step to here, and you see him start like casting this spell right in the middle, and you see him just like hold his hands up, and at this point, you see all these spectral Sahuagins start swimming all around him, and both Glendon and Magrunden need to make a save.
No.
Which
as the Sahuagin try to attack you.
What kind of save?
Hang on a second, let me look it up. I think it's wisdom, but let me just look it up.
I think it is, but I don't remember.
Spirit Guardians?
Yeah, Spirit Guardian.
I've cast this
Spirit Sahuagins.
Spirit Sahuagins.
More fishmen.
Alright, so both of y'all make your saves. It's going to be a wisdom saving throw.
Do we still have bless?
You do have bless.
We do have bless. Wow. 20. Which one was me? 21. Wait.
Yours was the 20, I think.
I got a 15.
Oh, that is me. 21.
Yeah. 15.
Okay.
Is bless still up, or did it go down with the bubble?
Bless is actually coming down now because that's a concentration spell. He's switching it out for Spirit Guardians.
Gotcha.
So as that comes off, so y'all both pass, so you take half of 9, so 4 damage.
Okay. What are you doing, man?
The Spirit Sahuagins are flying up. So, man, all these spectral fishmen are swimming around. Y'all, like, dive out of the way as these things try to bite at you, but their claws still rake you across the back. And now he's, like, standing in the center of this circling tempest of flying spectral fishmen. Awesome. With that, hang on. I got to make some rolls here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that is really awful for y'all.
Yeah.
That is really bad. Okay. All of the people that were leaving start running into the fray as they are answering Umberlee's call.
No.
Okay.
Those were their saves?
Yeah. Look at that. Look at all those fails. 62865.
Wow.
All right. So
What a damn one of them. God.
that is horrible. Hang on.
All right, we got to think of a way to.
I can try to subdue them all.
All right. These two here are going to cast. They're going to call down the flame of Umberlee on Glendon. Glendon, make a dexterity saving throw. There will be no bless.
Oh, good.
So this is the first one.
Dex.
Pass. All right, so you like dodge out of the way as this like flame just kind of comes out of nowhere. This green flame, it just drops and it just sizzles and dissipates in the water next to you. That's the first one. The second one is going to do the same thing. So make another dex save. You dodge the second one. You're quite fleet of foot for the giant Furbolg and chainmail.
Elvin Johnny Carson has some agility.
Right. This one's going to move over to here. Magrunden, make a dexterity saving throw as she will also call down the flame of Umberlee.
Stupid acolytes.
Huh?
Listen, you foolish acolytes. A mighty 3.
Oh, you will take 4 points of radiant damage. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, and then these two here are going to run up, and they are going to also call down the flame of Umberlee on Mr. Finn. So Finn, make a dexterity saving throw. He actually should be pretty good at this.
You cursed him.
Here it
Nope.
goes. Nope. Take 3. Second one,
And this is fire damage?
radiant damage.
Oops.
I can't believe every one of those people failed that. That's awesome.
Their faith was pitiful.
It's actually strong because
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Right.
I took 3, and what's the second one?
Make another dex save.
I did. I failed them both.
Oh, you failed them. Oh, I see that you did. Another mighty 3.
Mighty 3.
Okay.
All right. Top of the round. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was Master Kelvin, and they're all going on him. Finn, it is your turn.
I'm going to. I'm seeing that there's some stuff over by this wall. So there's like planters and type stuff. I'm going to run up, jump off the wall, and kind of kick off the wall and try to fly and kick this one over here in the head.
Okay.
I'm going to jump the body and then.
Go for it. I will allow you to.
Has this one taken damage?
It has not.
Instead, I don't understand why the damage on spear one-handed and spear two-handed is the same.
Two-handed should be a D8.
Yeah, I think you've got one-handed as a D8 too.
Okay.
I'll have to fix that. All right, so instead I'm actually going to kick off the wall and come down with the spear and just try to come through its head. Just like come down on it.
Two-handed attack?
So I'm kicking off the wall for height and then coming down and trying to,
Okay.
Two-handed attack.
That will definitely hit. 6 points of damage.
15.
Okay. All right, so you definitely, as you pull that spear, you actually cut across its chest. You actually pry part of the carapace off of it, as it kind of makes this like guttural like squeal. As you can see, it's like coughing out like black ichor out of its gills. Now we go to the top. I'm guessing.
Can I use the? I want to use a key point to. I think there's a way I can just have like dodge or something for the round.
Yes, it's called. What is it called? What's the monk ability? I know what it is. It's a key point where you get dodge. Everything gets a disadvantage against you. What is that ability called? Look it up while we move on. It is dodge. It's literally called dodge.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dodge.
All right, so you're gonna.
There's some ability where you can dodge.
There's this ability that you can dodge. What is it called? Dodge. All right. So you are dodging.
It could have been dip. It could have been duck. Could have been dive.
But no, it's a dodge. All right. All right. So the haunted one first. Again, now that he's got his mouth open, he's going to come down and try to attack you with his giant gaping mouth. 21 to hit. Oh, he has disadvantage.
Aha.
He has disadvantage. Miss.
Huzzah!
You actually dodged that awful attack. Good
Always
job.
dodge. Always be dodging.
Always be dodging. All right, so that's the first one. The next one is one up top here. He is also going to be making that bite attack against Mr. Not Magrunden. Sorry, Glendon. He's going against Glendon. 17 to hit.
Nope.
Again with the shield. That 19 AC is just thick. All right, so you block it off. All right. That is all of them. We go to Glendon.
All right. I'm going to nail the one who just tried to bite me.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to try. Did it roll?
It did.
Okay, there we go.
23 will hit. And 7 damage.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and smite this bastard.
All right, we're smiting.
Smitten. He's been
Roll 2d8.
smoten.
Call upon the might of Myliki. 9 point. That. What does that look like?
Oh man, just all you see is like the spectral unicorn horn like pierce its heart, and then it goes back. You just see it erupt out of his chest, and then it disappears.
Nice. Okay. I'm going to get some tombstones, but for now we're just going to X them out like that. Okay. All right. And with that one is down. All right, so you drop it.
Yeah.
As you pull the axe out, there's like this rainbow arc spray of splatter ichor as it goes across the room. That one is done for. Magrunden.
Hey, hold on. For bonus action, I'm going to turn invisible.
Nice.
You are invisible.
Nice.
I don't want these guys calling Umberlee's fire down upon me.
And the furball just vanishes.
I don't blame you.
All right. Magrunden.
I drop my maul and I yell, it's a trick, you fools! And I draw my daggers, and I'm going to chuck one at the priest.
Which one? Kelvin?
Yeah, Kelvin. I'm going to chuck one at Kelvin.
Okay. Roll.
It's not very good.
What's your bonus? 8 plus what?
It's probably plus 2. It's probably just my proficiency.
He's not wearing anything, so you hit him.
Yes!
All right.
2 damage.
His armor is a bed sheet.
Yes. Yeah.
His armor is the bed sheet.
He was dressed for collecting tax.
So crates over here.
Yeah. All right. So let me make a concentration check, which I will pass. All right, so you stick a knife.
If he passes it, does that mean he's still charmed or he's not charmed?
No, he didn't drop his spirit guardians.
Yes. But does
anything
anything cause him to? Well, is there a way to break this?
Yeah, I guess does he react to being hit with a dagger?
Yeah, you hit him with the dagger. He now just focuses on you.
Oh, great! Good to hear. Well, let me see if I can snap the other ones out of it. So I run this way, and I chuck a knife at this one.
Well, chucking a knife is the action. You can't.
Right. But I'm wielding 2 weapons. bonus action with my offhand.
I don't think you can do that with thrown weapons.
Oh, no? All right. Well, I have bad news for these other three then, because I'm going to action surge and use my breath weapon on these three.
That's way better.
Murder the acolytes!
All right, so can you draw a line for me?
I don't know how to draw a line.
Or at least just like ping, ping, ping. Are you trying to go this way? Like that one? That one?
There we go. There's your line.
All right, so I'm going to move you like... Okay, yeah, you're totally fine. I'll let you do it. All right, and how long is that line?
What's the range on that?
It is 30 feet.
Yep, you can get all three.
Crap.
God.
All right. Dex saving throw 13.
Well, one made it. We'll say the middle guy made it. The other two, actually, the last guy made it. That makes more sense. So the
one that made it takes half damage.
And how much is it?
And I don't recall. It's not on my character sheet. I think I know what it is, but let me look it up on D&D.
Isn't it? I think it's 2d8.
Let's see. Collection. My characters. Magrunden.
2d8.
It is 2d8.
No, I don't know. If it is, we might have some crispy acolytes here.
I'm guessing.
I don't think it's 2d8.
I think it's
it's wait. Each create. It is 2d6.
No, 2d6. Okay.
Is that right? Yeah, 2d6 lightning.
And it goes up as you level or something.
It does. I thought it was more than that. Hello. Toasty.
All right, yeah, they're all dead.
Oh,
Got him.
They're just 0 level acolyte. All right, so you let loose with lightning. It pierces through all three of them. You hear them like there's like shock as it just dances between all three of them. All three of their lifeless bodies fall to the ground. You smell it's like aroma of like this burned flesh just fills the room. Magrunden, you hear in your ear this scream, this squeal of that same voice that you heard before in anger, and you actually make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, excellent.
Dang, man. You hear something, you're just like, no!
Wait, does he hear?
And I point my knife at the other one.
All
the
right.
one I was trying to throw at, I point my knife at him. Threateningly.
All right. Top of the round. It is okay. The Magrunden. Ooh, all three of you at this point need to make a wisdom saving throw.
sweet mother. Oh, big money, big money. 16, 13, and 14.
Okay, you're all gonna make it, so you're gonna take half damage.
I don't like that. Oh wait, I'm invisible. Does that matter?
Wrecked.
It doesn't matter. What? Y'all all
Get wrecked.
you all take 2 points of spectral Sahuagin damage.
Sahuagin!
Little tails slapping us in the face.
Okay.
So how did they get, so they're charmed?
Who knows?
We need to subdue him.
Yeah, I was thinking
what
some
happens when
dual
you have
damage.
a party full of martial characters. You're like, we're just gonna kick the crap out of all of them.
You're charmed?
I cast Fist.
Yeah.
All right. Kelvin,
I use breath
Kelvin,
weapon.
whilst still controlling the spirit Sahuagins, looks over at Magrunden, and with his hand, he just reaches back and he shoots this radiant bolt over at you. Does a 15 hit?
No, it does not. It glances off of my armor.
Yeah, it does. It ricochets off your armor.
That's awesome. Laser light show over here.
All right, Finn.
I'm going to
Wait,
smack
hold on,
it
wait,
one more.
pause. Not quite Finn yet. I forgot. You've got this individual here is going to call down more of Umberlee's flame on Mr. Magrunden. Make a dex saving throw.
What a dick. I'm pointing a dagger at him and everything.
You dodge out of the way.
Nice.
This one is going to run this way. And is going to drop a sacred flame on Mr. Finn. Make a dex saving throw.
And I still have dodge, right? Or is
Yeah,
this
this isn't an attack like that. Never mind.
Holy.
The flame comes down. You actually catch it with your staff, your spear, and bring it down to the water. You with a flourish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So fancy.
It's a fancy.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
He's a fancy boy.
Now it's Finn's turn.
Strike with the haft of the spear, strike with the front of the spear. Just pat pat.
Okay, go for it.
So I don't know if they're technically like unarmed or if they're.
So
It's two attacks. With the
it's
spear.
it's going to be a D6 for the front and then a D4 for the back.
Okay.
All right. So
So,
first
but
attack.
So do I still roll spear one handed as far as it. They're all +4, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right. So
Spear 13 is actually going to hit. That's the number to hit. So 6.
that's the wrong damage because it's. I mean, it's supposed to be. No, it is right. D6. You got it right on here. It's wrong on the sheet.
Okay.
All right. So 6, and then. No, that's a miss.
That is a miss. All right. So with a spear attack, you cut into it. It actually impales all the way through his shoulder. You pull it out. You go to a swing. There's so much ichor flying around that you actually miss the offhanded attack. It's kind of like staggering as it's trying to it's still trying to stand. But now its turn. It reaches back and tries to bite you. You're no longer dodging. The dodge is over at this point. Does a 22 hit?
Yeah.
Take 6 points of damage as it reaches down. It actually grabs a hold to you. At this point, I need to make an opposed strength check.
Okay.
Oh, it actually is picking you up off of the ground. At this point, y'all see Finn is actually picked up off the ground as this giant thing, his mouth is like opening, and you see Finn slowly start to descend into its gullet.
What?
Glendon, it is your turn.
All right, let's see. I'm invisible.
Laz, you can work on erasing that line.
I can't. I don't know how.
There's a way.
Let me see here.
I want the line gone as badly as you do.
All right, I'm going to try to.
Got you covered.
Thank you, sir. I think it's a DM thing. I don't know that for sure.
All right, I'm going to try to sneak up behind Kelvin.
Okay.
And I don't really have much I can do. I'm going to just try to hit him with subdual damage. Is that even a thing in 5th edition?
It absolutely is. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just try to knock him over the
All
head.
right. Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
All right. Yeah, just take like the handle of the axe.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. All right. Now let me roll my concentration check. You did 5 damage. So 10 plus 5, 14. Yes, he saves. So these Sahuagins are still swinging. You hit him over the head. He turns. He's looking at you now. Y'all have done a little bit to him, but he still seems to be standing just fine. Anything else from Mr. Glendon? I'm also assuming you've kind of moved up a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, that drops
I think that's it. So you've moved and you've attacked, and you don't really have a lot of bonus actions. All right, Magrunden, your turn.
I'm going to throw my threatening knife at this acolyte.
All right, go for it.
I'm going to continue to call him an acolyte because I don't know what he is. A mighty 3. 5.
Miss.
A mighty 5.
Hard miss.
All right, I'm going to run back over here.
Okay.
Pick up the old maul, trusty maul.
Okay.
And I'll move over here.
Two-hander out of the water. Does that sound familiar, Danny?
Yeah. God, I was down to like, well, I have fists. You know,
that was old time, long time ago. All right. So you have retrieved your maul and moved up. Okay, I got you. You're just kind of.
And I will bonus action. Give the old flex and second wind it.
Okay.
For 7 hit points.
Plus your Constitution modifier, correct?
10 hit points.
Is that right? Check me on that. Pretty sure you're right. Pretty sure. All right.
Then I'm at full.
No, yeah, good. All right.
Beauty.
Now we're going to go to... That was Magrunden's turn, top of the round. All right, everybody make a wisdom saving throw as the flying Sahuagin continue to fly about.
Do I consider I'm in the mouth of something?
Yeah, you make your save with disadvantage. There we go.
What'd you say? Dex? Wisdom?
No, it's wisdom. Sorry, wisdom save.
Wisdom.
Magrunden pass, so you only take 9 damage.
All right. I guess I won't touch my hit points. Second wind is plus your class level.
Oh, that's actually better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually better. Okay.
Well, not for me, but yeah. Break even on that second wind.
Wes's wisdom saving throw. You're actually going to pass, Wes. You're going to take 9 damage.
I'm dead.
You're 0?
Oh, I'm less than 0.
Oh, no, it's okay. It doesn't matter how far you get. You're at 0. So now you'll start making death saving throws. All right. And then Danny, what did you roll on your save?
Let me see. We got. Is there a way to like kind of have it side by side? You know, like your character sheet.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Hang on. You can have it to where if you go into the gear, there's a place where you can say use window pop-outs for character, and it makes it a separate window that you can minimize and maximize.
Okay.
That's it.
Let me try it.
Wes figured it out.
He found it.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's the world.
Understanding
I've got mine
window
on
pop-outs for characters. Yeah.
All right. Which save?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Oh man, take 19.
Ooh, I'm down.
Getting interesting.
I'm at -7.
Well, that 19 was brutal.
that was the one I've been afraid of. Was like the high roll on that. Okay.
That made up for the 4 you rolled last time.
I know. All right, so now that y'all are both down, it is his turn. He's going to try to... He doesn't want to be in melee with you. I know that. He's going to try to move backwards. Actually, yeah. Yeah, he's going to move backwards.
No! I rolled a... what is that? An 8?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That sucks. I needed that one.
All right, yeah, he's gonna back up to there.
It's a 7.
Magrunden, make a
This dude's a badass.
dex saving throw. God, you dodge the green flame comes down and you dodge it. That's amazing. All right, so now we go to Finn. Death saving throw, please.
Well, I'm actually still in this thing's mouth, so I'm
I
pretty sure I
know.
auto.
It's awesome.
What is a death saving throw? Wisdom?
You actually just roll a D20. It's just a straight D20 plus con mod. Is that right? Can you just roll that on your sheet? That's a pass. That's a pass.
Okay.
Okay. That's his turn. Okay. His turn. Okay. He is going to bite into you, so all he's got to do is not roll terrible, which he did. You're of a bigger meal than he's used to. He does not bite into you. So he's
chipping a tooth on that armor.
He doesn't have armor. He's just
on them ropes.
He's just bigger than he thought he'd be, right? But he is going to start leaving. Well, he's only going to get to like here because he's carrying. He's basically leaving with Finn in his mouth. All right, and then top of the round. Let's see, did that. Magrunden.
So I just met Finn, right?
He did help you get all the way up here.
I know.
And he got you cured.
This Kelvin fella is kind of a threat. I got to try and smoke this guy.
All right.
All right, I come in with the maul.
Yes, you do.
Coming in hot.
Oh.
Rerolling that too. Ugh. So 6-7 damage.
What does this look like?
I come splashing out of the water, doing kind of the lifeguard run,
mm-hmm.
and I just come down over the top with the maul.
Okay, all right. When you crush him, he just kind of drops to the ground. His whole body just kind of collapses. The spirit Sahuagins just dissipate as the spell is abated. You also hear these two here that were still like charging in. They stop cold as they look at Kelvin down on the ground, and they're kind of like looking around like confused. Both of them are confused at what just happened. Kelvin is down. We skipped Glendon. Glendon, you need to make a death saving throw.
Hold on.
Yep.
Okay. You do the death save.
All right, I got to find that again.
I've still got movement left.
Hard fail, Mr. Glendon.
Oh.
Hard fail.
Oh, good.
Okay, you've still got movement left. Mr.
So I look at the two acolytes, and I turn around and I start lifeguard running back into the water.
Okay. All right, you're trying to run him down. All right. With that, we're going to go to let's see, we did it. Kelvin's down. Finn, death saving throw. That's a fail. So he's 1-1. Okay. Its turn at this point. It's just trying to leave. It can't go that far is the problem because you're heavier than its strength allows. Okay. That's as far as it can get. It's running. It's running, trying to hang on a second. No. Okay, keep going. Top, so that's Finn. He's 1-1. He gets running. Glendon, make a death saving throw.
All right. It's like 3, and you're totally
correct.
Oh.
That's a pass. That's a pass. All right. Magrunden.
Splash, 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 splash. It's hard for me to see the grid, but it looks like this is 5.
You got it.
Okay, so that's 25 feet.
Okay.
And I'll try and hamstring him with my giant maul.
Okay.
I sweep it across and just splashes in the water to the side of him.
Actually, get advantage on that attack. You should get advantage because he's not even looking at you. Doesn't matter. You can't hit him.
Further into the water.
You swept further in the water. All right, so you totally missed that. All right, so we may have some deaths here, but that's okay. Magrunden swung and missed, and we go to Kelvin's down. Finn's going to make a death saving throw.
Here we go. Oh, you mean Glendon?
No, I go first.
All right,
okay.
That's a pass. So that's two wins versus one loss.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Okay. Glendon's 1-1. All right, its turn. It's going to turn with Finn in its mouth, and he's going to reach over and try to claw at Magrunden. Uh, 18 to hit.
18 hits.
4 points of damage. You are now grappled. He's actually holding him in his mouth, and he's got you grappled. As he lands that big like attack, these things come out of his hand, actually grabs onto your shoulder, and it's sort of like pulling you into him. I'm not quite sure what he's trying to pull here, but he's got both of you grappled at this point.
My question is, am I grappled or is he grappled?
That's a fair statement. Glendon, death saving throw. That is pass. How many is that for you now?
2 successes, 1 failure.
Perfect. Okay. Magrunden. You're muted. I can't hear you. There. Oh, you broke it? It's done. Oh no. You got no mic. All right. You have to just mime it. Or you have to type it. He's going to swing them all up. He's going to connect. What's it going to be? He got the natty. It's a crit. He's going to roll.
You couldn't have scripted this better. This is...
All right. Yeah, it's absolutely demolished. All right, so you swing up, you kill it, it sits down, the mostly dead body of Flynn falls out of its mouth. So we've got that. The problem though is we still go to Finn, who makes a death saving throw. That is a pass.
Woo, yeah, that's 3 for him, I think.
3 passes?
That's 3.
You are stabilized. You're on death's door. You're only mostly dead. Not all dead. That's so stinking close. Glendon, it's your turn for your save.
Let's do it.
That is a pass.
That's 3.
All right, so both of y'all stabilize as this whole scene continues. Magrunden, you're going to have to type it. What are you doing? Medicine check! I can just see what it is. I guess it's a medicine check on your friend next to you. So that's on Finn.
Me.
He's typing. I pull Finn out of the water. All right, so you pull Finn out of the water. He's stabilized, and you get out of the water. All right, so he's full Baywatch, running his friend out of the water. All right. Very good. Okay, so now combat has ended. Finn is barely conscious. Got major injuries. Glendon, you're kind of pulling too. You're awake, but you're barely there. So, Glendon, what do you want to do?
I'm going to touch myself with lay on hands. Yeah.
How much? You've got 10 available.
So does it make it where I'm at 1, or am I at like 0?
You're
or
currently at 1.
Okay. So what I'll do is I give like 5 to me, and then can I give 5 to Finn?
Yeah. So y'all, so you heal yourself. Malachi's healing power comes in. You pull yourself up. You reach over. You pull Finn out of Death's door, and you pull him back in as well. Finn, you feel this warmth come over your body as your wounds begin to close. You're still groggy, you're hurt, and also it's kind of traumatic what just happened. I mean, you were almost eaten by this thing, and we'll kind of go into that later. But there's some after effect of what just happened. Glendon, I'm glad you survived, Magrunden says, but I feel like you owe me 500 gold.
Wait a minute. All right, so everybody else is dead. Like,
okay, you've got 2 survivors here. That one who came to the girl Sammy that you met is tending to Kelvin. The other one has ran for it. So that's all that's left now. There seems to be a lot of chaos going on outside as a full force storm has kind of moved in. But as this scene is going, that storm, it's as harsh as it has come in, it's beginning to move out. It's not a natural storm. So It was almost like something was here and now something has left.
Is Kelvin alive, or is he dead?
Oh no, he's quite dead. He's totally and completely dead.
Like, I guess lay on hands wouldn't work on him, would it?
No, he's dead. You've already used all 10 points too.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, can that bring somebody back from like death? Or does it only work if you're at positive?
Yeah, positive. Yeah. Or if someone was bleeding to death, you can pull them up.
So I know this about Umberlee. I know that this temple is different because the people that worship Umberlee aren't worshiping her because they're devoted to her. They're worshiping her to try to keep her at bay, to appease her.
Oh, okay. So it's more out of fear than like reverence.
It's out of more fear than reverence. So I want to look over at Sammy and be like, this was Umberlee took him. And
she looks over and goes, I don't know. It was like this cloud came over me and I wasn't controlling myself. I was calling upon some power. I don't even know how to do that.
Did you hear a voice?
I did. I heard her called me by my name.
Did it sound like the voice that came from the statue earlier?
What voice was that?
You were in the room. You didn't hear the statue?
No, I didn't.
I think that speech was meant for you, Finn.
All 3 of you heard that.
Ooh.
What did she say about a crescent? I don't know anything about that. Well, that part actually broke up to me, so I didn't hear it.
What was up to your cohorts to tell you?
Well, I physically didn't hear it. It went, you must return and it cut out. I couldn't hear anything.
Glendon, do you remember what it said?
I want to say it was like replace the crescent, if I remember correctly. It was or reclaim it. I know there was like talk at that point. It was like I took it more as like a symbol, but I was trying to wrap my head around, was it like a moon or was it an actual like crescent? And then that got me thinking of like drow gods and crap like that.
Return is what I heard. That's what Magrunden is saying.
Yeah.
Return of that which was taken.
Is her statue still...
It's the same.
It's still standing.
It's still standing.
Not like all. Yeah. Is there something on the statue that seems to be missing, like a crescent? Like, can I do an investigation?
Yeah, you can do an investigation check.
Let me see. All right. I'm just trying to be. It's probably metaphorical what she's talking about, but. or symbolic. But I'm just trying to.
You look around. This is the first statue of Umberlee you've ever seen.
Right.
And as you're investigating, you kind of hear in your head, it seems like what Magrunden, your memory serves right, it was definitely returning something that was taken, returning the crescent which was taken.
As he's doing this, I want to pull all the bodies out of the water because I don't want her to be able to claim any of them.
Okay, so you start pulling bodies, even though you're weak, you're kind of dragging bodies. As you're kind of cleaning up the scene, there's a lot of chaos going outside, and there's a lot of people that are kind of gathering outside the temple itself. And it seems like people are bringing like oxen and goats, and they're just bringing things to the altar. They're trying to do whatever they can to appease Umberlee. So that's the scene outside. Finn is cleaning bodies. Magrunden, just try to type whatever else you want to think or say or do. I know you're going like old school and playing text-based D&D. Glendon, is there anything else that you want to do as you've investigated?
Yeah, I'm just looking around for anything crescenty, and then I'm going to ask if they're in shape to actually be talked to. Some of the acolytes, if I can find them. Do they know anything about a crescent to do with
something was stolen from
Umberlee?
Basically,
right.
So this is one of those things I'm going to help you because I feel like your character would know this, even though the player has forgotten. Go to handouts. Go to your journal and go to handouts. Because even though it's been a few weeks for us,
statue of Umberlee?
Click on the moon.
I forgot all about it.
But your character wouldn't have. That's the thing. Like your
Am I carrying the amulet?
It's only been a few days. Magrunden has it.
And he ain't giving it up, the stingy little dragon.
And this was part of the letter we found, wasn't it? That initial session where
correct. You found that on the dead
scroll.
Half-elf.
Yeah, I'm going to ask him, what is this? What am I looking at?
Magrunden is standing by the altar, but he's not doing much of anything other than standing watch. I pull out the crescent amulet and I approach the statue. Magrunden, you pull it out and you just feel like you just put it on. It is a very close and dear friend to you, as if you've somehow attuned to it in some way and just want to carry it.
That's the curse.
But now we've seen it. East, use amulet statue.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We've gone pretty far here. You have heard the this whole scene play out. At this point, y'all now the funny thing about this is, Glendon, you're still an elf.
Yes.
The hat.
Or did it? Okay, I didn't know if it would have worn off when I went unconscious.
Oh, actually, it would wear off when it goes. So you stand back up wearing a hat as a furbolg.
Okay.
Yeah, that would. I forgot about you being unconscious.
Once I realize that, I'm going to turn myself back.
You're wait a minute. Yeah. All right, so you turn back into an elf. So we're actually going to pause here. I think it's a good point to stop. Plus, Magrunden has no mic. His voice has left him. So we're going to pick up next. Now we're going to go ahead and end the game here. So we'll pick up next week for episode 3, as we try to put together the pieces of this mystery of Umberlee and find out why she's so angry and what it has to do with the amulet. So we're going to go ahead and end there until next week.